Yeah, I just stopped for lunch and getting ready to take off, but I want to talk about drinking water on the trail before I leave. So, water bladders and water bottles both have advantages and disadvantages. The biggest disadvantage to a water bladder is it's down inside your pack, so if it ever leaks or whatever, it could get your stuff wet, and you don't know how much water you have, without opening up the pack and kind of pulling it out and everything. But the advantage to them is the drinking tube. That's really nice, really convenient. The disadvantage to a water bottle, having a water bottle on your outside of your pack, is well, the advantages to it, it's you can see how much water you have. You can have multiple carry a liter or two in this side and a liter or two in the other side and everything, and you know how much water you have, and when you run out you can just switch to the other one or whatever. For me and for many other people, a disadvantage to the water bottles is I can't reach them. And it's not just this pack, I have other similar packs, and I just can't reach them. It's I guess a combination of too many shoulder injuries, which have limited my range of motion, and too many birthdays, and the combination of both of those, I just cannot reach them. And a really big disadvantage to that is, like I did a backpacking trip last year with my brother. The first 5 days the temperature was well over 100, 110, 113 degrees. We were stupid to be out there, but we did it anyway. And if I just had the water bottle without the drinking tube, I would not. Dehydration would have been a big issue, because I would have either had to stop every time, and if you're by yourself, I'd have to stop every time and take the pack off, get the bottle of water out, take a drink. And if that's the case, I'm not going to be drinking as much water as I need to. And in that case, having my brother with me, I would have had to, both of us would have had to stop. He would have had to pull the water bottle out for me, let me get a drink and everything, and then have him put it back in. Either case, especially when the temperatures are like that, I would not have drank enough water, and we would have ended up having to cut the trip short because of dehydration and everything, if not had a medical emergency. So about a year ago, well, actually a little bit more than that, when I started doing my training hikes for that particular backpacking trip, I got this from onebottle.com, and I've really enjoyed it. One advantage, quickly before everybody flips off the video, there's other systems similar to that, but they tend to have a separate tube going to the top of your bottle, and then a fixed tube coming to this side, into the bottle. The disadvantage to that over this system is, if you have right now I've got a 1 liter bottle. If I'm using that and the tube is this long, reaches down to the bottom, and if the next trip I'm using a shorter bottle, I have to cut that tube so it'll fit inside the shorter bottle, and then it will never reach the bottom of a 1 liter bottle again. So you're just kind of stuck with that. With this bottle, the tube slides in and out, so you can adjust it depending on the size bottle you have. I really think that's great. So after I've used it about 200 miles now, and after using it, I haven't really had any problems with the leaking out of the cap. The owner of the company, it's a small company, onebottle.com, he recommends always keeping your pack upright when you're setting it on the ground. I do that anyway, because I try to do that anyway to prevent anything else from possibly falling on my pack. But I have set my pack down and it's fallen over many times, and so far I haven't had any issues with it leaking. But one of the things I like about it is he offers this magnetic clip That is so sweet. Instead of having a clip, you gotta kind of work it and clip it into. It's a strong magnet. You just get it close to it, and it'll pull it right in there. And it's so easy to take a drink and then just slip it back on there with no issue at all. Now mine has a different mouthpiece, because when I first bought this, he did not have the bite valve covers, and I didn't like the idea of it getting dirty and grimy and then having to stick it in my mouth. So I took a bite valve with a cap on it off a Camelback I got when I was in Iraq and everything, and put that on there. Now he offers the bite valve covers, and as well as some other accessories he didn't offer at the time when I bought this. But it's from onebottle.com. Great system, and what I did is I initially set it up on my pack, and then I cut a little bit off the tube because it was arching up too much, and it could get caught on limbs and everything. So I did that initial cut on it and haven't had any issues with it. And it's great. Really, like I said, I love that magnet thing. A lot of times they have a little, let's see if you can see that. Something like that, where this clip is mounted on your shoulder strap, and then you have to squeeze the tube into that clip and everything, and that's kind of inconvenient. Sometimes it could be a pain. This magnetic attachment is really great. I really like it. And now that he's offering the bite valve covers and everything for it, it's been, I wouldn't have to worry about changing out the bite valve on it. But really great system. He small business, 3D prints these. It's been a good deal. I've enjoyed it, and it definitely saved that trip that I went on with my brother, because it was so hot. We were going through 3 liters every 5 miles and having trouble finding sources of water. So we were struggling already. But if I would have had to have my brother, both of us stop every time I needed to take a drink just to get the bottle out, we would not have made the trip. There's no doubt at all, because I wouldn't have been drinking enough water. So onebottle.com he makes them. We currently only offer this system at the time I'm making this video, and whether you buy from us or buy from him, either way you're supporting a small business. So cool. He offers on his site different things for like Nalgene bottles and other bottles, so if that's something you're interested in, go to onebottle.com and check out his site. If this system works for you, then you can buy it from us or him. Either way, it's a good system. It's got the advantages of the water bottles, the advantages of the water bladder, all combined together without the disadvantages